Have you ever walked under the night sky and noticed how the moon seems to follow you wherever you go? Left, right, back, forth. The moon is always watching. This is the story of why. A long, long time ago, before phones and cities and bright street lights, children used to gather around fires to listen to stories, real stories, stories that whisper the truth of the sky and the land. In a quiet village by the edge of a great forest lived a little boy named Araye. He was about 10 years old with wide eyes and feet that never stopped running. But Araye had one big problem. He didn't listen, not to his mother, not to his grandmother, not even to Papa Onilu, the village storyteller. Araye, his mother would say, take your time, listen before you speak. But Araye would already be halfway gone, chasing chickens or climbing trees. Now, in this same village, the moon lived among the people. Not in the sky, no, the moon lived in a small clay hut, just like everyone else. She walked the earth like a soft old woman with silver skin and a basket full of cool light. At night, she would light up the paths so people wouldn't get lost. Her light helped mothers find firewood and fathers return from the farm. The moon loved the village, but she especially loved stories. She would sit quietly near the fire and listen to every tale. Her favorite was the story of how tortoise tricked the leopard or how the yam grew jealous of the cassava. But one night, something strange happened. Papa Onilu was telling a deep story, a story about how the first rain learned to cry. All the children were still, even the wind listened, but not Araye. He was tossing pebbles into the fire, laughing, making faces, and disturbing everyone. Papa Onilu stopped speaking. The flames flickered. The moon looked sad. The village elder stood up and said, "A child who cannot listen may one day walk in darkness." But Araye just rolled his eyes and ran off, giggling. That night, the moon didn't return to the sky. Darkness came early. People stumbled in the night. Chickens got lost. Someone even stepped into a pot of soup. For the first time, the village knew what it meant to be truly without light. In the morning, they searched for the moon. They looked in every corner, but she was gone. Then grandmother Yemisi, the oldest woman in the village, said, "If you want the moon back, the child who chased her away must call her home." All eyes turned to Araye. He frowned. "Me? What did I do?" But his mother looked him in the eyes and said, "Sometimes it's not what you do with your hands, it's what you refuse to do with your ears." So Araye set out alone. He walked into the forest calling, "Moon, please come back." "I'm sorry." No answer. He walked past the river. "Moon, please, I'll listen next time." Still nothing. Finally, under an old Iroko tree, he sat down and began to cry. "I didn't mean to hurt you," he whispered. I didn't understand why stories matter." Just then the air turned cool. A silver light wrapped around him, and there she was, the moon, glowing gently. "You didn't listen because you thought stories were just words," she said. "But stories carry the wisdom of many moons before you." Araye nodded slowly. For the first time, he truly listened. From that day on, the moon returned to the sky, but she never left Araye. Wherever he went, she followed, to remind him to listen, to remind him to remember. And as Araye grew older, he became the greatest storyteller the village ever knew. Children would sit around his fire, wide-eyed, whispering, "Why does the moon always follow Baba Araye?" And he would smile and say, "Because I once followed her, and she taught me how to hear the world." And that brings us to the end of the story, because when you listen, really listen, you gain more than just words. You gain wisdom. The moon follows those who carry light in their hearts. And as we always say, the one who listens today becomes the storyteller tomorrow. Thank you for listening. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. There are many more stories waiting for someone to tell them.